Today, we're going to talk about a super simple but really powerful art based tool you can use to manage stress, like right in the moment it's happening. So, have you ever been there? You're in a situation and you can literally hear a voice in your head saying, okay, just stay calm. But your body, it's just not getting the memo. Your heart starts racing, your shoulders tense up, and you're stuck in that same old frustrating loop. It's so common and it points to this really interesting gap between what our mind knows and what our body does. So, yeah, let's dive into that disconnect. Why is it that just knowing we should be calm doesn't actually make us feel calm, especially when we're under pressure? We tell ourselves things like this all the time. I know I'm overreacting, or I know I'm falling into that same pattern my parents had, or I know I need to be patient with my team. And look, that self awareness, it's a fantastic first step. But as we all know from experience, it's usually not enough to actually change how we react when we get triggered. Okay, so here's what's really going on under the hood. When something triggers us, a critical comment, a sudden stressful situation, our body's nervous system reacts way before our logical thinking brain has a chance to catch up. It just flips into this survival mode it learned from past experiences. And that's why trying to use logic alone often fails. It's like we're trying to have a calm, rational debate with a fire alarm that's already blaring. So, if we want to create real, lasting change, we have to learn to speak the body's language. And that's exactly where this idea of somatic work comes in. It's this whole approach that recognizes that our deepest patterns, our knee jerk reactions, they aren't just thoughts in our head, they're actually stored as physical memories in our body. And the word somatic, it sounds kind of technical, but it really just means of the body. And in this context, it's all about shifting how we see our bodies. Instead of treating it like a machine that we need to control or fix, we start seeing it as a source of wisdom, like a messenger that's trying to tell us what's really going on beneath the surface. And this isn't some abstract, floaty idea. It gets really practical really fast. Somatic awareness is basically about paying attention to four concrete things. You can ask yourself: one, sensation. What am I physically feeling? Is there tightness in my chest or warmth in my hands? Two, posture. How am I holding myself? Am I kind of collapsed or am I super rigid? Three, breath. What's my breathing like? Is it shallow and fast or is it deep and slow? And four, movement. What are my body's impulses right now? Do I feel like I want to run or freeze up or maybe reach out? There's this amazing quote by Professor Hildring Rolf that just nails it. She says, some stories are told in words, but the ones that hold us back are written in the body. So if we want to rewrite those stories, we need tools that work with the body, not just the mind. Okay, enough theory. Let's actually put this into practice with a super simple exercise you can try with me right now. We're going to do something called the anchor line. The whole point of the anchor line is to do one thing and do it really well, to bring you into the present moment, right here, right now. It's a way to ground yourself when you're feeling anxious or scattered or just completely overwhelmed. Think of it like a quick little reset button for your entire nervous system. All right, so if you're in a place where you can, I'd love for you to join me. All you need is a piece of paper, any paper will do, and a pen or pencil. Okay, first, let's just take 3 slow, easy breaths. Inhale and exhale. Good. Another one. And let it go. And one last time. Now just place your pen on the paper and begin to draw one single continuous spiraling line. There's no right or wrong way to do this, no goal. The only thing to focus on is the physical feeling of the pen moving across the page. Can you feel the pressure of the pen, the texture of the paper under your hand? Now your mind is going to wander. That's what minds do. When it does, just gently bring your attention back to that feeling in your hand. Let's just keep going for a little bit longer. Just let that line move however it wants to go. You're doing great. Just a few more seconds. Okay, you can finish your line whenever you feel ready. Now, while you do that, let's talk about the simple but kind of profound science behind why something like this, basically just scribbling, can actually calm our nervous system down. But first, just take a second. You can even place your hand on top of your drawing if you like. What do you notice in your body right now? Is there any shift, even a tiny one, in how you feel or how you're breathing compared to when we started? Seriously, there's no right answer. It's all about just noticing. So get this. Here's what was happening in your body while you were drawing. That simple, repetitive, rhythmic movement was helping to stimulate something called the vagus nerve. Now, you can think of the vagus nerve as the main superhighway of your nervous system. It connects your brain to all your major organs. And by gently activating it with that movement, you're basically sending a little message up to your brain that says, hey, we're safe. You can power down from that high alert fight or flight state. It helps you shift into a much calmer rest and digest mode. So you see, it's a physical solution for a physical reaction. Now, this little exercise is just a taste, really. It's just one tool in a much bigger toolkit of practices you can use for different kinds of somatic work. The exercise we just did, the anchor line, actually comes from this guide. It's called the Anchor Line, a somatic tool for client regulation. And it's designed for anyone who's interested in these powerful body based practices, whether you're a coach, a therapist, or just curious for yourself. And if you look at the table of contents, you can see it's packed with other really focused exercises. There's one called the pattern interrupt, which helps you notice an automatic habit and consciously change its rhythm. Another one, the container of safety, is all about finding and strengthening that feeling of inner safety. Each one gives you a different way to engage with the story your body is trying to tell. And that really brings us to a final, pretty big question. Knowing that our deepest patterns are held in our bodies, and knowing now that there are simple, direct ways to work with them, what story is your body ready to rewrite?